Hello everyone, welcome to Firmament. It is about dang time. I backed this game on Kickstarter way back. When was it? Like 2014, something like that. Probably not that long ago. I have been waiting so many years for this to come out on PlayStation 4 because that's what I can play it on. I don't have a PS5, my computer isn't strong enough. So I waited until they released on PS4, and it was just like a month or two ago. And I have done something that will increase the experience, which I will show you once we get inside. But yeah, this is Firmament. This is the latest game other than the Riven remake by Cyan Worlds, the team behind Myst. Now this game, I have seen that it got mixed reviews on Steam, not nearly praised as high as the Myst series or Abduction, which is a little disappointing. But on the other hand, I played all of the Myst games, and I loved them. Myst 3, Myst 4, Myst 5. I even suffered my way through Uru, and it was all worth it. So even if this is not a masterpiece up to the standards of the best of the series, if it's not a Riven, not an Abduction, that's okay. It's still a Cyan game, and I'm still super excited to play it. So let's jump in. You guys always tell me to look at the settings before I start. And to me, this is super boring. I never want to watch anyone doing this. Maybe we want display stuff. Like size. I don't even know what this means. Adjunct UI scale, interaction UI scale. Give me like field of view. Because I want 100 wide. Oh well, we'll just jump in and see. If I get motion sickness, we'll fiddle around with this. New game. Let's see. Yeah, so I guess the PS4 is going to take a long time to load. I have an old-fashioned PS4. I don't need a PS5 because what would I play on a PS5 that I can't get on a PS4? I mean, I'm not much of a console gamer, so I like my indie games, I like my small games. May have to edit this to cut out long loading times.
So, here we are. Finally, your first breath, and I have taken my last. But who cares, right? There's so much to be done. I'm dead, but you have so much to learn. I once woke up just as you have. A blank mind, a clean canvas. Confused, yes, but I will teach you, just as I was taught. And so, first lesson, you are a keeper. I was a keeper. We were all keepers. Second lesson. I will lie to you. I learned much later that this is the way to keep the realms. And third lesson, this machine is your adjunct, your tool to learn and to keep the realms. Take it and we will begin. The firmament. It is remarkable that we are here.
All right, right off the bat, we know that we don't have any FMVs. So you'll see, actually, I'm not sure it's working right now. Let me go into the settings. Okay, well, it looks to me like it's running at 30 FPS or less. But I did splurge and buy an Elgato capture card. So yes, I do now have a professional level capture card, and I can now capture games at 60 FPS, 1080p. Maybe it's just my monitor that doesn't do it, because on the OBS display it seems to be working better, perhaps. R2, which one's R2? That one, okay. So we have an item in this game. That is new. That is different from all Cyan games before. What is this? This isn't a Myst-like. So, yeah. Now I have 60 FPS capture cards. It's, as opposed to my $10 knockoff that only did 30 FPS max. I am slowly closing in on becoming a professional. Alright, so we were in this coffin thing. So right away, it seems like we have some kind of maybe reincarnation thing going on, or at least some kind of legacy. You know, there's a person who wakes up. We can see a mirror. Do we look like her? Or are we somebody else? Was our body created in her, in here? Not like she's our mother or anything, but like, you get what I'm saying. All right. Yeah, the low FPS on my monitor is a bit much, but looking down at the OBS display, I think it might be 60 for you guys. If so, that's awesome. All right, we have a machine with pressure dials. I'm looking around because, you know, these developers love to make every little detail matter and mean something. I'm feeling a little bit motion sick. We'll see how that goes. Usually these games, usually it falls off once I start playing these games, but I may have to cut some of these episodes short. And by that, I mean like 40 minutes instead of an hour 40. Guys, I'm excited. I'm excited. But yeah, my TV doesn't actually work for this. I plugged it in and it said something like cannot read HDMI or something like that. And so I actually plugged it into my first monitor. So I'm playing the game on my monitor instead of my TV with my PS4 console. And I have my second monitor, which is awesome. So I can do that because what I'm watching is not coming from my computer. And I walk upstairs without actually looking at any of this stuff. This looks like repetitions of the same machine. Again and again. Lockers we can't open. I got a device. Oh, no, I didn't. Oh. What? Alright. So in true Myst-like fashion, we get a book. Ah. We aim the adjunct at the book. I can drop it? Oh. I'm not dropping it. Not on the ground. I can't just press it, I have to hold it. That's weird that you can hold it, but you have a different button to press it. That's weird. Does anything happen if we aim this at anything? We push other buttons? Left trigger puts it away. This is strange. There's so many buttons to put it away. Or you could release. Why do they do that? Personal maintenance adjunct. Introduction. As a newly awakened keeper of the Firmament mission, you have been assigned a personal maintenance adjunct, which can be informally referred to as an adjunct. The adjunct is a miracle of modern mechanics and electronics, augmenting the keeper's abilities in marvelous ways. Your task while keeping would normally require keys, tools, and extreme strength to both access and control the various aspects of the realms. The adjunct serves as both a key and a tool, and amplifies your abilities. It can access approved areas of the realms, and it can control the equipment and devices, both large and small, that you will use regularly. Alright, cool. So, it's like a portal gun, kinda, except without the portals. So, yeah, it looks like we have realms. So this may be a world-hopping game, just like all their other games. Sockets. Your adjunct is designed to interface with a socket, a receiving component. Is there anything that we couldn't just figure out by playing the game? To operate, first place the gauntlet in your hand. You can direct and propel the forward element. Dun, 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 dun. Starting adjuncts have only basic abilities, but as keepers advance in their training, okay, great. Amplified force. Greater force or torque. Is this game physics-based then, I wonder? By the way, this is a blind playthrough. It shouldn't need to be said, especially since this is a Cyan game and a puzzle game, but I would greatly appreciate no spoilers or backseating or tips or anything of that kind in the comments. You could tell me whatever you want in the comments, but just not those things. We'll keep this a fresh, exciting playthrough. Distance extension. Okay, these are upgrades, it looks like. Display. Conclusion. Please respect your assigned adjunct. Well, it's a video game, so I'm sure I can't have any problems with that. Firmament. Alright. I think that's the first time in a Cyan game we've had a totally useless book. Because look, everything I need to know is explained better by the prompts that pop up. What's over here? Let me torque this wheel. Okay. There. Those open. Alright, and then we have other abilities that we can unlock, which we would probably do nothing to the door, but maybe we'll want to check it out anyway. Do you ever have a thing where you're saying a sentence and then the speech part of your brain and body just stops working for a moment? Do you ever have a thing where you're saying a sentence and you start saying one word but you want to say another word and so you just stutter into nothingness? What's going on over here? Oh, just weird reflection. Huh. Alright, so the tables and the things we find usually have something to do with the science and technology in these games. So, some kind of chemical experiment going on? My first impression of this game is that it will be a bit more sciencey, perhaps, than the others. I want to open this. Unfortunately, I have only a mechanical gun. Okay, that's the difference. You press this to drop, or you release to use. How far away can I go? Did it close this door? Oh, I can... Okay. Decently far. Alright. And you can get an upgrade to double that? Any new books on here? Notebook. There is a book. It looks like a science book, an anatomy book, brain and rib cage, human anatomy, medical psychology, no, physiology. There's a difference. Physiology is the body stuff. Surgery, transplantology. Uh-oh. Someone here was doing things to living bodies. Is this ice? Or is it wall? It looks like ice. Yeah, the trailer for this game suggested some things like a wall of ice that was like, oh, it's like the flat earth theory that the edge of the world has a wall of ice that you can't get through. Let's close it. Close the airlock. Can we now go downstairs? Can we go higher? We can. Can we go lower? Nope. It's Antarctica!
It's beautiful, no?
Where are you?
The majesty and peace of the ice and stone. I didn't emerge from the threshold here as you did. I awoke at the swan. My first journey to this ground. Oh, I remember it like it was yesterday.
Alright, so we're at the threshold now. There's another place called the Swan. You know these games, you gotta lower all elevators while you can so you can step on top of them. So there's gonna be something on top. Can I run? There we go. Ah, click it once and we run. Nice. That was a left stick, by the way. We can't, like, or can we? Aww. I wanted to raise myself up while standing on it. Option, didn't that open the PS4? Yeah. No, that's not. Options is the start button. Alright. PlayStation decided they had to rename the buttons.
You have small stinging all over. It's normal. And your hearing, maybe only the alarms or your own heartbeat. As these effects will cease in time, as your body becomes accustomed to the heat. We will have these problems when we emerge from the threshold. You will live. And that is a good thing.
Usually is. So, we have a body that can withstand this cold? She said heat. Does that suggest that we're from a species that lives in a much colder climate usually? Or is that just a, like a, because she's Russian or whatever? Of course, all this mechanical stuff. Wouldn't be a Cyan game without all kinds of mechanical stuff. Let's make sure to look around at the landscape for any suspiciously shaped landmarks. They hide clues everywhere in these games. Look! Giant ice cubes! That's gotta mean something. Okay, launch my gun at it. Gotta say, I like it so far.
The adjunct is making sense to you? If not, no worries. It will soon be as natural as your hand. Keep trying. And this one-sided prose is strange, is it not? I feel like a performer. But this is where we are.
Well, the irony of
I had a
those
most
words.
wonderful mentor. She taught me of these realms. I will teach you. But then Turner arrived also. And, well, he first taught me beyond these realms. I will teach you that as well.
Yeah, the irony of saying it's weird to be like monologuing because, well, for one, this is a Let's Play. We're all used to that here. For two, that's just a staple of video games. So it functions more as a characterization.
And you will learn what must be done by doing all that we did. I will help, but I will not hold your hand. It's better to learn by contemplating, failing, hopefully understanding. We thought we understood.
Brain controls, so drive and... I don't see the device. All I see is the icon. Well, that is quite how science games work, right? You experiment, you figure out how it all works. Where is this crane? Is that it? I don't see anything moving except this icon on the right. Lift. Lower. There we go. I don't know where the thing is that I'm driving. As with all games with a controller, I have to figure out the new button layout of everything. Now does this work? Alright, nice. Okay, that's half a bridge. We gotta get to the other side somehow. So this crane, is that along this rail or something? And then it was blocked because it was like here? Let's go back up and see if there's anything new when we get the controls. What do you understand? So this is a story about people who... This seems like it might be a weird... that's the wrong button. An inversion of Cyan's usual game. Is there another? Okay, just drive and lift. Can I see anything? Ah, there's the thing. So it does seem like it was actually blocked. Okay. So like, Cyan's whole thing is that you're supposed to try to understand stuff. No. I want to see and perform at the same time. I don't want to look at the little display. I want to look at the crane. That's the wrong button. Okay, go down and grab an ice cube. But then this game seems to be all about people who wanted to understand, but then some tragedy struck because they wanted to understand too hard. Is that what I'm getting? So it'll be interesting to see what they do with this. I'm gonna bump into the wall there. Alright. A little farther. Ice ready. Okay. We're going for that one, it looks like. We grabbed it. And you can't just take any ice, you have to take one of these convenient cubes. This is pretty cool. Can I stop here and get on? Oh shit. I might actually be able to walk onto this. Uh-oh. Okay, no. I was like, what if I walk on, then I make it keep moving, and then I get out of range? That could be bad. So I'm not going to be able to see where we're putting it. Right here, I guess? I want one ice right there. Can I let go of the ice? No, that's not where I want to put it. Do I want to put it right on the bridge? Do I want to use it as a bridge? I don't seem to be able to open the hands. Okay, well that probably just goes right to the bridge. I don't know what game it is where I press the left face button to climb ladders, but it's not this one. Oh, the bridge is already down. Okay, can't walk across it while the bridge is down. So that didn't work. Is there anywhere else I can go? I can go here. I wonder if I can put the ice here. Like hold it with a crane and then walk across. Right here. Alright, we'll try that. I mean, I thought it was like picking it up as a resource so we could use it for something. Good to know. Even when the words are there, I go the wrong way. That looks just about perfect. Let's try it. So already, it feels different from an average Cyan game. The story feels very Cyan. But the mechanics, this tool, we're using it to operate machinery. That's... I mean, we usually... We usually do operate machinery, but it's with levers and dials and switches and buttons, rather than one catch-all thing. So something is being constructed up there, and it was never finished, or maybe it is finished. Oh, maybe it's like a launch rail. Maybe we like ride it up and then an airplane shoots off the end or something. Oh, I forgot to open the other side of this bridge. We want the whole bridge open. I still kind of feel like I'm walking. I want to be able to run faster, like Talos Principle fast. Is there an option for movement speed? Nope, guess not that I can see. I guess this game doesn't autosave. Okay. Or maybe it does. Alright. Bridge puzzle solved! The first puzzle of the game! Yay!
Isn't it breathtaking? The
Sure
arches
is.
of the firmaments. So inspiring and reassuring. And this path will convey you to this one, where I once lived with my comrades. Go when you like, you can return.
Better open half the bridge, so that when we come by from the other side, we'll be able to open the rest of the bridge. Alright, we're going to the Swan. Is this the neck of the Swan? So Firmament makes me think of the ancient, like Hebrew and Greek cosmology, which is like there's the abyss of water, and then there's the pillars of creation, and this like, and then, which is the foundations of Earth. And then Earth is solid rock, just like floating in the endless abyss of water. And contained within the Earth is Hell, or the underworld, or Hades, or whatever. And then there's the surface of the Earth, and then there is the dome, which is the atmosphere, and everything on top of the surface. Because, like, if you go outside, it looks like the sky is a dome. So it's just what they believed back then. It was what some people believed back then, was commonly believed. And then above that was more water. Because, like, it was all water outside. And the dome separating the atmosphere from the water above the sky was called the firmament. I know that from my intense religious studies as a child. Actually, I learned that when I was older and no longer religious, because when I was religious, I was like, oh, well, the Bible has to know all the truth, right? So it wouldn't say something that's a lie. And so the Bible must know that the Earth is a sphere in space. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go get all commentary on you. Can I close this? Previous. Next. Okay, there's only one destination I can go to. You keep saying that. I'm not going to forget anytime soon. Energize. Should probably say that I know that there are a lot of...
You will not be able to witness the wonder of the other realms, but you will transit to the swan first.
Should probably mention I realize that there are a lot of people who have completely different experiences of religion than I did when I was growing up, and I want to be respectful of that. I wonder what's happening here. Are we being matter dematerialized and rematerialized somewhere else? It kind of looks like Star Trek beaming graphics around here. And then the question is, from the world's perspective, if we are being dematerialized and materialized somewhere else, does that mean from our perspective the world around us is being dematerialized and a new world is being materialized in its place? Makes you think. Oh, hey, it's the thing from the promo art.
The swan, where we gathered, talked, sang, learned, ate, laughed, shared. My memories of this place, so vivid, so wonderful, so peaceful, till it was shattered. Lies are controlling, but comforting.
So we got ourselves a TARDIS, and a lot of people lived in a solid, nice, wonderful community here. But it was built on some kind of lie. So we're keepers of something. What are we keepers of? Look through the lens into the void. Yeah, so this is clearly something. Some of these dots are dark, some of them are light. I wonder if there's like a shape. Well, no, because this one would have been lit up. Like, I wonder if it is revolving around some kind of shape that we can infer the shape of by seeing the lights. I wonder if the lights mean anything, or if they're randomly turning on and off. It looks like each of them can see brightness and darkness. So, I don't know, maybe this is like a hub between worlds, so maybe each of these can see, like, the health of a world or something. Oh, you see how... we've got a lens that's going over these things, and when it does, it changes color. So the lens is missing that one. Huh. Okay. Very cool. Very interesting. very enigmatic. What if two lenses are on the same thing? Oh, no. Science stuff. The same image posted over and over again? No, I guess not. So the keeper before me apparently had a community she lived with, whereas I am the only one so far. Is this where I came from? Or did I come from another one? There are multiple pods. Let's look around before we try to use them. This looks like an apartment complex.
The only difference between a heresy and the truth is time. I wonder, do you agree?
I don't have any idea what you mean by that. Depends on the context. Are these all turning on and off too? I have a rather unusual view of truth. So most of us, like, we have the idea of truth like true and false statements. It's like, did you eat the last cookie? If you did, and you say you did, then it's true. If you didn't, and you say you did, it's false. Or, you know, the other way around. Can we read? We can read. Is this the same manual? It's exactly the same. You know, in case the gameplay didn't teach you how it works, you now have a manual that you can read that's reads like a sales pitch. Or like an investment speech. We're just in there. Firmament. Yeah, so my view of truth. Okay. You're gonna talk every time I want to talk.
Where we cross from wake to sleep, from sleep to wake. I put them all to sleep. It was very difficult.
So you froze everybody? Or you killed everybody? I don't know. We don't know how the metaphysics works in this world. So we've got the names of everyone on here. It looks like the same handwriting for all of them. Oh, we've got one with multiple colors. Gradient colors. Nice. Alright, my turn. I want to do it. Alright, here's how I put my name on there. Grah. Keeper's Wake. There's no controls anywhere. I can't wake anybody up. Probably sabotaged by... Did you say her name? Yeah, my idea... Oh, okay, she's gonna talk again.
Time heals all wounds. I recently learned of that saying. Seems like a tonalization when the wounds of the seed are so fresh. I recently learned of that word. But indeed, time in the threshold heals all wounds. What mixed emotions I have about that.
Yeah, so clearly she believed in whatever was going on here, and then learned something that made her basically throw it all away, except for create us, I guess? Yeah, so my view of truth...
Gag! Well. They gave us everything we needed. They gave us life, hope, and purpose, and answers. They gave us a name, the Keepers. Regardless, there are more important things. You must begin to prepare for the assembly. You must do things that have never been done before.
My favorite.
You must do things that I can only imagine, and have even imagined for little of my life. I only wish I could see it. awaken the embrace to prepare.
Is this your room? There is nothing we do not know to the ends of the firmament. Oh man, this game is giving me Talos Principle philosophy vibes and I love it. We answer, we know, we keep. This is a terrible mindset. The world exists outside of you and your concepts, outside of you and your understanding. You must always be engaging with the unknown world beyond yourself. That includes beyond your knowledge, because your knowledge is part of yourself. Keeping together, our answers will provide. The firmament will prevail. Maintain the firmament. Illuminati. Alright, so this may be her room. Got some bottles down there from trying to cope. Is this the same book yet again? No, the Keeper's poem. Observe the firmament above, our waking lights shine bright, our comrades in the tapestry, a wondrous, restful sight. The lights, the lights, the lights of wake, alive above our head. The dark, the dark, the dark of sleep, deep sleep we do not dread. The vault is ours to contemplate, a canvas of our lights, an ever-coruscating web, the hallmark of our nights. The lights, the lights, the lights of wake, the keeping mission binds. The dark, the dark, the dark of sleep, the threshold clears our minds. The firmament, we know our tasks, the realms promise to keep. We pledge our waking hours to these until our time to sleep. The lights, the lights, the lights of wake, the realms are sore adored. The dark, the dark, the dark of sleep, we sleep to be restored. Someday the realms shall be fulfilled, arrivers shall draw nigh. They shall awaken and the embrace, our destiny supply. The Keeper's Parable. Alright, it looks like it's time for reading. Looks like it's not too long. Wouldn't be a Cyan game if there weren't novels to read. In other realms that we cannot reach, there were other keepers who lived and worked together in happiness and harmony. The keepers contributed to the firmament mission and to the common good, and they shared happily the fruits of their labor. One day, a keeper awoke from the deep sleep with a new idea, a different idea, a troublesome idea. This troublesome keeper decided there could be a different way of doing things, a way he called more. This troublesome keeper tried to convince the other keepers that they could work for their own benefit, rather than for the good of all. This troublesome keeper said that all could accumulate more, and having more could make them happier. At first, the keepers were skeptical. Like all keepers before, they lived with reason and measurement, and they knew such a way of more seemed against reason and measurement. They asked where more would come from, and how long it could continue. The troublesome keeper provided ridiculous answers, claiming that more could come from everywhere and would last forever. They laughed, but the troublesome keeper persisted. The persistence of the troublesome keeper wore down their thoughts of reason and measurement, and they became tempted by the promise of more. Gradually, the keepers embraced the idea of more. Their focus changed from keeping the realm to collecting more. This seems to make them happy at first. As time went on, they became consumed by more, and the realms began to suffer. The machinery began to break, the crops began to die, and the animals became ill, and water became tainted, and the air became putrid. And the keepers also began to suffer. Some were sick, some were hale, some were hungry, and some were fat, and some were thirsty, and some were bathed, and some had none, and some had more. And those who had more began to look down on those who had less or none, as though such a thing were possible with reasonable keepers. The realms and these keepers were dying. In the midst of this chaos, a wise keeper remembered the faithful ways of keeping. The wise keeper spoke and mentioned about the faithful ways of keeping the realms, healing and feeding and watering and caring for all, as comrades without more, but with fruits for all to share. And the wise keeper reminded them that this was the true way of reasonable and measured happiness, a happiness that could last and would be for all. And this faithful way of keeping would ensure that the mission of keeping their realm, of keeping each other, could be sustained. The keepers of the realm were able to overcome the forces of more and return to the faithful ways of keeping. They learned to let go of any destructive thoughts of more and to embrace the mission of keeping the realms and keeping each other. And all the keepers once again lived and worked together in happiness and harmony. Do not be swayed from the faithful way of keeping. Strive to be a wise keeper. Alright, communism. Yeah, so that's, it'll be interesting to see how these ideas express themselves in the game and how the game explores them. Because, you know, of course, there's the obvious, like, philosophical... Well, there's one dimension of it, which is, like, a description of, you know, you could parallelize communism and capitalism, where, you know, communism is the way of the keepers, and then capitalism is the way of individuals striving for more for themselves. But then it's also in this context of hyper-rational, highly advanced culture. Well, not even culture, but like whatever this is, like community that was constructed by some kind of aliens or some kind of government or some kind of power. We have no idea what it is. So yeah, I'm very curious to see what they do with this theme. And again, getting kind of like Talos Principle 2 vibes from it. Which was an amazing game, by the way. Alright, so maybe now our guide will shut up enough, our Navi will shut up enough that I'll be able to talk about my idea of truth, which comes from the idea that we didn't have an idea of truth until we had language. But the real universe existed before that. And life existed before that too. And so, if truth is something that's outside of us, truth has to be something that is not language. And, you know, it has to be something deeper than language, something accessible to not illiterate, but non-speaking animals, and even to non-living matter. So that's my idea of truth, is that it's something stronger than language, deeper than language. And so anytime anybody tells me that a narrative is truth, I'm like, no, you don't understand truth. All right, I guess we pick one of these and go for it. Convey its pod. Yeah, I do have to get used to this controls. I'm sure I'll get so used to it so fast. But for now, it's new. I have to hold it longer, can't just click it. St. Andrew Vaults. I don't think that's where we came from. Where did we come from? We came from the... I'll remember it when I see it, probably. Unless it was the vaults. Curryvale Bluff. Curryvale Bluff. Named after Marie Curie? That might have been where we were. Because it looked like the mountain. Jewelston Reservoir. Okay. None of these look familiar. So I'll just go into the first one and see what's happening. I gotta say, I like it so far. Let's go to St. Andrew Vaults.
The Bob always amazing. I magically bridging the gap between the distant realms.
So because the loading screens are so long, I'm actually pausing my recording and starting it up again so that I know where to cut out stuff. Because I would not want to leave you guys sitting here for like 5 minutes as this loads. Maybe this is the PS4 thing. It has to load for so long. Maybe on a PS5 it would be faster. Or maybe my PS4 is super old and it loads everything slow. Alright, we are not in the ice cold anymore. This is new. Awesome. I was like, is this gonna be bad? Can I lock myself here? Look at this. Even the walkway is just beautiful. Yeah, so the one downside with stopping my recording and starting it up again is I can't look down at OBS and see how long I've been recording. So I'm just going to keep playing until I feel like stopping, and hopefully it's not too long and not too short.
This almost seems so puzzling, but such is life and learning. Problems and solutions. I think I have solved this final problem well.
Yeah, you're gonna lie to me, but I don't know, you're lying to me because if you told me the truth, I wouldn't do what you wanted me to? You don't want me to make my own decisions? Is that it? Why couldn't you make your decision? I guess we'll find out. There's gonna be a good reason for it. It's a Cyan game after all. It's like a... We go left and right, or would you go that way? It is kind of barren. Some mossy rocks. Okay, we have uncoupled, whatever that is. Now everything is uncoupled. I want to move. Or do we have to couple everything? Or do we have to do one and then the other and keep it uncoupled? Okay. So there's nothing to couple to on this side. Got it. Man, I guess I'll find out what the reviews are all about later, but this is really fun so far. Aside from the loading times.
It
Go
was
forward.
here in the seal vaults I first met Cyan. He came to observe. I heard these stories by then. Oh, I wish you could remember. And yet, I'm glad you did not.
So I wonder if before she died, she just walked around to all these places and recorded all these things. Okay. So we have to go to the right place. So we start over here, and now we can access any of these frames, it looks like, except we can't go up here because there's another one of these in the way. Oh, we can couple to it. Okay. But we want to get to some of these doors. And it only goes one piece at a time. No, okay, only wants to... I have to be standing on this pressure plate. I like that I can't see my feet. There are some games where you can see your feet, and I don't like that. We can't go any forward because we're coupled to something.
Our task is our purpose.
Oh no, we're not coupled to something. We ran into something. Okay. We could couple to this one and move it out of the way, but we don't need to because there's nothing there. Is this a garden? Or are these plants not supposed to be here? Some kind of specimens in the vault. Can we open the door from this side? Alright. Wait, we might as well open them all for completion's sake, right? I mean, maybe it's a combination for something. But if we're going off the idea that this is technology, then we could couple this. Then we could walk across. We can walk across and uncouple. Alright. So we need to be attached to the motor to move. Okay, well let's open that one, couple that side too. Just lift the whole side. So is this a greenhouse? They seem to be filtering out all light except green light, which would be terrible for a greenhouse because it would mean plants couldn't survive in here. Okay, I see. We're gonna have to go around a bit. All right, so how do I get down there? I will have to it'll be quite a challenge. We gotta move these things around. Can I go back farther now? No, okay. Can't go forward though. So this is a puzzle. This is a neat puzzle. So we have to couple these things and rearrange them so that we can get to all the places. So yeah, open as many doors as we can to make our options more. Oh, is this new? Yeah. So plants have claimed this place. Despite these windows filtering out all the green light. No. No, that's right. Oh, okay, right. No, it's the green light that the plants don't absorb. That's why they're green. They're reflecting green. They absorb the rest of the light. Or at least the infrared light. I think they absorb the rest of the light. Now I'm questioning my plant knowledge. In my book, so I'm writing a science fiction book. I guess I should mention that first. And my characters go to a tidally locked planet around a red dwarf star. And all the plant leaves are black because they have to absorb every little trickle of that sun's light that they possibly can. Okay. Alright, so we've opened another door. That's great. Awesome. Progress is made. Can we reach stairs? No. We reach stairs on the other side. No. So we basically completed this side of the puzzle, this floor. No, I don't have a lift here. So now we have to couple and uncouple stuff so that we can go up and around and open up all the other doors. We can't go down, right? There's something below us. Something already right there.
We wake.
Alright, you guys are spouting propaganda at me every 5 minutes. Can I go up? I can if I uncouple this. No, not that one. What are you doing? No. All right, now we go up. Not there. Wait, can we go forward past this? No, there's another level. There's another horizontal spot over here. All right, now let's go see what we can open up. What we can move around. Super chill so far. I mean, it is a lot of work to do this puzzle, but again, it's a Cyan game. You're supposed to take your time and enjoy the peace of the moment, which I definitely
We
am.
knew about the arrival, that the cycle would change. Channel broke the cycle, and more.
Okay, maybe I can open this, and then I can come around. Yeah, because this should give us access to this. Now we're on the other side of the thing. So we bring that down here. And then can we go access any of the others on this level? Not like this. But if we can go around and get to another one. Aha. And the middle two we can't go to. So yeah, now we can bring our vessel down here. And we can come around. We just bring all the platforms down and then latch onto that one and bring that one up. And it seems we can't open these middle doors, which is fine because it looks like they don't go anywhere. Easter eggs. Maybe this is where we came from. Because we had to come from somewhere, right? Anything else to find up here? No, we can get back to our device. Okay, what do I want to do? I want to retake the one I left below. Yeah. Yeah, you do really have to be the kind of gamer who enjoys taking your time and appreciating the scenery. You know, that flow state, that zen state. Well, not quite zen state. I don't want to abuse that term. But like, you know, that state where it just feels good to be in a place and be doing this kind of work. All right, we grab that, and now we should be able to go down again. Well, first we have to go back because there's a platform right below us. All right, so now we go around and get to the other side. But first, we make sure that we don't have any excess stuff preventing us from going around. Now, we will probably have to collect a couple stuff up together again. But for now, we're doing this. All right.
We understand.
If you say so. I will understand. Right, nowhere new to go here. Now I can get back to over there. Nope. Reverse means that way, which I think of as right. Oh, there's nothing here. I guess we could leave something here. No, we can't, because we can't get out. The only way we could detach it is from here. Can we? Okay. Don't know what that's trying to do. Wait, what if we do this? Then does it do something? Alright, well, we'll continue with this puzzle. The puzzle of unlocking as many doors as we can, except those, because we can't get to those from the back. We can't go up from here. I don't see any more doors. We got through all the doors. Can we go up any higher? Nope. Can we just go farther this way? Okay, we can't go ourselves any farther this way, but it looks like we might be able to bring other cars over there. Like if we stack 2 cars on that side. Then why did we bother coming over here then? Maybe we need to take this one. Can't reach from up here. There's another panel over there. Alright. Okay, it looks like it used to go over there, but doesn't anymore. Can we go down from now? Yeah, so the track used to go over there, but we can't reach anymore. What if we try to go back now? I mean, like, if we're attached to this one, that shouldn't work, right? But just in case. As I like to say, you never know till you know. It's funny, I'm watching some more Outer Wilds Let's Plays. As I do, I watch many of those, and I keep watching them. And it's interesting to me how some people will get an idea in their head of how something works, and they'll just believe it. And I'm like, no, test it. You don't know that. You haven't seen it. You haven't tried it. And they're like, well, yeah, obviously I can't do that. And we know that for sure. I'm like, no, you don't. You don't know that. All right, so what are we trying to do? Let's make a plan. Now that we have access to everything, can we get an entire bridge? I think we want 2 things on that side. I don't know why we wanted this one or either of these. So we need to find a way. Well, here. I press forward. I walk forward, obviously. That's how you do it. Okay, so that's 1 on that side. But we will need to leave these somewhere else. Can we leave them below us? Kinda. Alright, so the plan is... Oh, there's a crane. It looks like they were still building this. The plan is we go up to the top with 2 cars on the other side.
We measure.
So we need to be shifted 1 space this way. You know, I could just leave... Well, I can't leave both of them on top. I could leave one on top and then one here, I guess. So for now, I'm going to be focusing on how I can get these... No. I don't know. I mean, for all I know, I need a very long train. All facing one direction. I'll leave one of these behind. No, this one. Alright, so now I need to find a place where I can get to the other side. And we might need to strategically leave platforms around so we can get the right ones in the right places, but I think I just need 2 on that side. And also the ability to climb to the top. So like I could leave another platform there. No, I'd have to leave it here. Okay. If we have 2 platforms over there, then yeah, we can climb to the top. So if I go down and grab another platform, can I just do that? No. Well, I can get all the way to the bottom right now. Okay, now I can grab another platform. I'm holding the R2 button like it's a run button. Tried clicking the right stick in case it's a sprint button. Okay, so there's that, and now we want to get rid of this one. No, this one. That is kind of funny how it targets the far one instead of the near one. Alright, now we should be able to run around to the other side and uncouple that one. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Right, that's exactly what I want. I think. It's exactly what my plan requires. Whether my plan works or not is another story. Oh, I can't get over there from here. Well, if I have that one, is that a problem? No, I can lift up all the way and it's just fine. So, let's just go. I will need to take you, I think. And I'm thinking of how can I get all the things on the other side to go away? I don't need them to go away. Not if that's my goal. Now, how far backward can I go? Hey, hey, hey. That's as far. You always want to test the limits to see if you can go farther. So this, I wonder if we're going to gain control of this and put it on the other side. Oh, that's probably it. We gain control of this, we put it over there, then we go to the other side and we can get over to that stuff, those devices. Hello? Huh? You have to step across the step because our legs do not rise high enough to step up a full step's worth of height. Pressurized gases. Guys, I am standing on nothing. Alright, time for my daily propaganda. I mean, so far the propaganda has not been anything particularly objectionable. Forward. What? What? No. This one, please. Forward again. Keep going. Alright, so I'm gonna have to carry that across as I go. I might get caught on the tiniest things. Alright, keep going as far as you can. Alright, so I don't think I'll need to come over here ever again, but in case I do... Well, there's no in case I do. So I'm leaving this here, because it's in the way otherwise. Keep it going forward as far as you can. Nope, no, nope. They switched forward and reverse on these things. Alright, so now I need to leave this behind. Actually, I can take this platform up with me, no problem. I need to pick up I need to get back to the other side. Should be easy. Man, I don't know. How do you guys feel about this puzzle? When you played it, did you feel like it was too much? Kind of boring? Or did you have fun with it? I'm having fun with it. I guess we do need that one. Nope, do it again. I guess it doesn't specifically have to be this one. No, wrong button. Even with the button prompts on the screen, I have trouble with it. Yeah, we shouldn't need this anymore. I don't know, do I wanna risk shooting myself in the foot? Oh, this is the one we can't, okay, we can't go around here. One of these layers we can go around. Somehow. One of these layers, I think below us there is. It's the bottom layer. Okay. Here we go again. In business once more.
We care for our comrades.
higher again. And now, can we reach this? Yeah. Go all the way. I want to see what's going on. Oh, too late. Alright, but we know what it did. It put the piece in place. So now we can make it to the end. Yaha. So what is this? Maybe it calls this back to us. Or maybe it calls this back to us. This tile has to mean something. Yeah, it does actually. I mean, it's a tile. We got broken tiles lying on the ground. They must have gotten here somewhere, somehow, from something. Do we see a secret passageway underneath the elevator? Gotta explore everything. Firmament burned onto the wood. There's a special word for... What is it called when... Is it etching? It's not just etching. But when you burn a pattern into something like wood. Might be etching. I feel like it's a different word. Table upturned. Pottery broken. Flower growing from the floor. So we've got this whole aesthetic of high technology being overgrown by nature. So the people have abandoned this a long time ago. Well, not too long ago, just long enough, maybe like a year or two. Yeah, this could have popped up in like a year or two. And I always want to send the elevators away. Ever since I played Myst. Every time you open a door, you have to close it on the other side. Every time you go in an elevator, you have to send it away. There might be secret passages.
Home before and now. My purpose was here. My solace is here.
St. Andrew Home. And we've got another one of these. Can't remember what they're called. The arches? Looks the same, but it can't be the same one because we're standing in the same place we saw the other one from. It is not holding up the sky. I mean, you don't know, right? This is a new fantastical world. Who knows if the sky is the same in this world as it is in our world. But the clouds are at least a little bit beyond that. Let's go in the hidden one. My thing doesn't want to interface with it. This plant looking at me funny. Got some statues, nice. Another elevator. I don't really want to go in an elevator right now. I don't know why. I just wanted to go into the home.
We care for our world.
Can I turn that off? Like, I can see for myself whether the world is cared for. I can't really tell. It seems fine. You don't have to... It's like if you say it, it doesn't make it true. In the you didn't eat the last cookie sense, or in the reality exists beneath
I
words
awoke
sense.
from a deep sleep and was
Urge?
mentored in this realm, caring for the animals. Few animals now remain.
I think I just decontaminated myself. We can reach those, I'm pretty sure. Some of them. Yeah, both of them. Alright, it's another puzzle time. But you know what? I think this is probably a good place to end the episode. We will continue on with these puzzles next time. And I will definitely have played a good amount of this game early on Patreon. So if you would like to follow along with me ahead of time, you can go there. Yeah, I still have like 8 episodes of LIGO left to go up. And then this game, if all goes to plan, is going to start going up beyond that. So like I have almost a month of LIGO left before this episode goes up. So I'm playing way ahead. So yeah. The whole game might be out on Patreon by now. So if you want to see how far ahead I am, and you want to see many hours more, you can head on over there. Thank you so much for watching.
This
Next
is where
time...
I choose to spend my time. After Turner broke our rules, I was broken. The beauty here kept me alive.
I wonder if it looked different when you were... I wonder if it looked less planty when you were here. But yeah, thanks for interrupting my outro. I'm gonna call her Navi. She is the Navi of this game. Alright. I'm enjoying it so far. I really like this game. It feels like a Cyan game. We'll see what the reviews are all on about. But for now, I'm having a great time. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye!